Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 2019 Arnold Classic here in Columbus, Ohio. As I look out my window, it's snowing, so I definitely know I'm in Ohio. So the Arnold Classic is without a doubt one of the top competitions for the bikini competitors, probably second only to the Olympia in stature, and it's very exclusive. Just making it to this stage is quite the honor. So I want to say congratulations to my friend Jesse Palmer, who I met a couple years ago, who this year made it to the stage for the first time, and won't be the last for Jesse. She looked amazing. So what I want to talk about a little bit is the placings at the Arnold for the bikini division, and kind of my thoughts on, why they placed them the way they did, and maybe I thought there were some upsets, and I thought there were some things that were kind of happening in the sport that kind of change direction. So let's start with we'll work our way down from the top six. So in sixth place was Lee Chapattis, which sixth place normally, and first call outs at the Arnold would normally be a huge win, a huge success. But Lee actually took second at the Olympia, and Angelica, the reigning two-time Olympia champion, who also won in Ohio last year, was not here. So in my mind, it was Lee's show to lose. She had beaten all the girls on the stage, and I think for her, it was going to be the next step for her to become the next Olympia champion. But they did not like her look this show. Obviously, they liked her look. She placed sixth, but Lee is an amazing competitor, amazing structure, muscularity, all the great things, gorgeous. And I think her conditioning may have been a little bit off. From the back shots, she did not look as hard as I saw her in the Olympia. So chalk it up to that. She seemed a little tinier, and I don't know, maybe that's the thinking there, but they moved her from, the second position all the way to the sixth, and without Angelica here, a lot of people felt it was her show to lose. Then we're going to go to Marcia Gonzales, who is probably one of the hardest working, most consistent bikini pros out there. She took a fifth place win, which was a big step up for her. She moved from ninth at the Olympia up to fifth. Jennifer Dory out of Canada took home fourth after placing 10th at the Olympia. So again, a big step forward, and a lot of these girls made huge strides over other competitors, and that probably comes down to their strategy, their conditioning. When you're comparing apples to apples on this stage, the girls' stage presence, the girls' hair, makeup, tan, they're all 10s. They're all flawless. So it really starts to come down to things like conditioning and how they peak properly. And so it's really good to see some girls making changes. And who's made more changes in the last couple of years than Ashley Caldwell? So Ashley moved up to third here in Ohio after placing fifth at the Olympia. And she did hold center for a little while in Las Vegas last year. And I think, she's a fan favorite as a three-time Olympia champion, and she won multiple pro shows last year. So anytime Ashley's in the show, you're just going to have an opportunity for her to win, and a case can be made for any of these girls to win any show. It's a very difficult job to judge this show, and I actually, really liked the judging. I liked how they were moving people around, and I agreed with it. In second place, you had Elisa Puccini. Now, Elisa was fourth at the Olympia. She was definitely moved to the middle, moved out of the middle at the Olympia, and I felt the same thing here. Elisa is, a couple of these girls, I call them unicorns because they just have almost a flawless structure, muscularity, beauty. It's just a perfect blend, and they own the stage. So, again, the case could be made for any of these girls to win. Now, I'm going to take a little credit here. So, a couple people kept asking me over the weekend, who do you think is going to win the title? And Janet Lyon is someone who I think has probably been the most consistent over the last 2 years. I think she's been very smart in picking her shows. She's come in fantastic condition. Okay, she was here in Ohio last year, and I actually saw her here, and then I saw her 3 weeks later. I happened to be in Australia for the Arnold last year when she took second to Angelica, and in my opinion, she looked better than Angelica. I thought she had better conditioning. Angelica's just tough to beat because she has great muscularity, owns the stage, but in my opinion, Janet beat her last year in Australia. So it was great to see Janet get a big win, because after taking third at the Olympia last year, she's on the cusp of getting that Olympia title, and she's done so many great things in her career. I think the only thing left for her to do is win that Olympia. So yeah, I think right now this would be considered a pretty big upset, okay? And even the gentleman sitting next to me, I was lucky enough, you'll see the footage here that I'll be putting in this video. I was lucky enough to sit really close to the stage, and the gentleman, kept asking me, what do you think about this? Why do you think this one won? And then when they picked Janet as the winner, I think he was kind of surprised. But I mean, one thing you got to remember about this division is that it's so individual. It's the most subjective, in my opinion, of all the divisions. I mean, they're picking these girls apart from head to toe, and it is such a beauty pageant along with a muscle contest. It's like the perfect blend of pageant and muscle and confidence. And so, in my mind, Janet is just such a pro at this, and obviously she's gorgeous, and she just owned this weekend. This was her weekend. She came out, put her stamp on it, and I think what's going to happen is, if I had to guess, Janet's probably going to take a couple months and just really come in and bring her all-time best to win that Olympia. I think Laura Lee's going to regroup and come back to try to win that Olympia. And all these girls in the top 6 are going to try to win that Olympia this year. They're all moving up, okay? So it's going to make for a very interesting show in Las Vegas this year, and it'll be interesting to see, with the Arnold now, the points are weighted so heavily, the new point system for the IFBB, but all these girls, with the exception of a few, were already qualified for the Olympia. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that top 10 looks like at the Olympia, how they do the call-outs, and they'll probably have a final call-out of 3 to 5 girls, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this year plays out. I have my mindset on getting some of my girls on the Olympia stage in the future, and so I'll really be paying attention to this division. And if you guys are going to be around, I'll be at the NPC Border Clash in South Carolina. For the first time, I'm actually sponsoring a show, and I'll be at the seminar on Friday with Sandy Williamson and Joe Pishkula, the promoter. So if you guys are near South Carolina, March 23rd, come on out. I'll see you guys there. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great time. And if you're in Ohio and you watch this in time, I'm at booth 1923 with Core Nutritionals, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.